When nature unleashes its fury, entire nations can crumble overnight. Across South and Southeast Asia, a deadly mix of tropical cyclones and relentless monsoon rains has left behind a vast trail of destruction. Nearly 1,000 lives lost and hundreds of thousands more uprooted from their homes. But here's where it gets even more alarming. Scientists say this might not be a one-off tragedy, but a glimpse of what's to come in a warming world. In Indonesia, the disaster has been especially brutal. The archipelago's islands have endured days of torrential rain and flooding, pushing the death toll to 442 and displacing nearly 300,000 people. Around 3,000 homes lie in ruins, with hundreds completely washed away. On social media, haunting videos from Sumatra show people wading through waist-deep waters, navigating shattered roads and debris to find basic necessities like food and medicine. Frustration boiled over when survival instincts took hold. Some resorted to breaking into damaged shops for supplies. Police spokesperson Ferry Wallentuken explained that the chaos erupted before official relief reached the area. Residents didn't realize help was on the way, he noted, and they feared they would starve. Further west, Sri Lanka is facing its worst natural disaster in 20 years. Cyclone Ditwah, which formed over the Bay of Bengal, collided with the northeast monsoon and unleashed catastrophic floods and landslides. The disaster agency confirmed 334 deaths, with nearly 400 more missing and over 1.3 million residents affected. In the steep hills of the central region, relief teams are only now uncovering the full scale of landslide damage as they clear roads buried under trees and mud. President Anura Kumara Dissanayake has declared a state of emergency, vowing to rebuild with international help and pledging, "We will rise stronger than before." Yet Colombo, the capital, remains partly underwater even as rains finally ease. Meanwhile, in Thailand, record-breaking rainfall has battered the south, killing at least 170 people, the highest toll in a decade. Songkhla Province saw the most fatalities, 131 in total, after Hat Yai City was drenched with an astonishing 372 millimeters, 14.6 inches, of rain in a single day, its heaviest in 300 years. Authorities have offered up to 2 million baht, around $62,000, in compensation to families of victims, but public anger is growing. Many accuse local officials of being unprepared and slow to respond, leading to 2 suspensions amid the backlash. Could bureaucratic inefficiency be turning a natural disaster into a political crisis? Vietnam and Malaysia have also suffered in this regional catastrophe. Cyclone Koto brought violent winds and torrential rains to Vietnam, sinking boats and leaving 3 people dead. Floodwaters swept through famous heritage sites and tourist destinations, inflicting economic damage exceeding $3 billion this year alone. Forecasts predict even more rain, up to 150 millimeters, threatening areas only just beginning to recover. In neighboring Malaysia, 2 fatalities were reported in the northern state of Perlis, where nearly 19,000 evacuees remain in temporary shelters. Meteorologists warn that this chain of disasters is not random. The simultaneous appearance of cyclones Koto and Senyar, both feeding moisture into the monsoon system, created a perfect storm. And this, experts say, is part of a growing trend. Andre Ramdhani from Indonesia's Meteorology, Climatology and Geophysics Agency, BMKG, pointed out that while Indonesia's proximity to the equator typically prevents cyclone formation, due to weaker Coriolis forces, such rare events are becoming disturbingly frequent. In recent years, we've seen conditions that would have been nearly impossible in the past, he said. The implication is clear. Climate change is rewriting the region's weather patterns. Across Asia, each country's suffering tells the same story. Warmer oceans and shifting atmospheric systems are intensifying storms, prolonging monsoons, and pushing communities beyond the limits of resilience. Which raises a hard question. Are we witnessing the new normal for tropical Asia, or can rapid adaptation and climate policy still turn the tide? But here's the controversial part. Some argue that governments have not learned from past disasters, prioritizing economic expansion over sustainable infrastructure. Do you agree that these tragedies are partly man-made? Or are they simply nature reminding humanity of its fragility? Share your thoughts. This debate matters now more than ever.